What's up guys, it's Anders, and in today's video I'm going to show you how to do automation in FL Studio.
No deal, I'm Jaws on the beat, I got a flow that kills. Do my thing with a few G's, Lauren Hill.
Alright, so one of the beautiful things about FL Studio is the fact it's freely routable. In most DAWs you're able to take your channel and get your automation lanes for that. That's not how it works in FL Studio. You can make one automation lane control 10,000 different things if that's really what you need. And it can be a little bit confusing. So what we're going to do, dive into a pre-made project of mine, and I'm going to show you some of the things we can do with automation, how to set it up, how it works, because we don't have those common factors that we're used to in pretty much every other DAW. And then when you've automated your project and it sounds amazing, the channel sponsor can help you out with that next step.
And a big thanks to the channel sponsor, DistroKid. DistroKid is a music distribution service and the best way to get your music out to all of the modern streaming services fast, efficiently, and within an independent artist's budget. Check out the description below for a discount today.
All right, so here we are in FL Studio, and I've just got this default project up. This is one of my templates. If you like this template and would find it useful, it'll be downloadable in the description for you. So what we're going to do, just from like bar 17 here, we'll just highlight ourselves a small section, and you can see that we've got some automation running up into this loop here, but then nothing particularly on it. So we'll automate something in this section, right? And it just sounds like this. So it's got loads of elements ready to go. Now, I've done some automation on the break at the start. So in this sort of goldy color here, you can see I've got lost break and the audio running across the top. And then I've made these 3 channels below it, which are all automation channels. The idea of each channel here is it does one particular thing and it's related to the lost break. But in FL Studio, you can do whatever you want. I could link these up to other things. So at the moment, we've just got this. And you can hear what I turn these automation lanes back on as well. This is what it's doing. All right, so we get that. So how do we do that kind of thing? Really simple. To make an automation in FL Studio, we need to find the parameter we want to automate, and then we can link to it. So let's say, for example, we want this break to become a little bit louder at this point where it drops into the track. All right, so I want the gain of the lost break to maybe go up just a little bit at that key moment. Well, we need some way of having gain for it. So at the minute, it's attached to channel 5 here. And we could adjust the metering here. However, that means if we want to adjust our mix at any point, we're not going to be able to do that. So we want to adjust something else that has gain on it. Well, fortunately, any audio that you bring into FL Studio always comes in a sampler which has its own gain control. So if I double click this guy just here, we've got a volume control just here. I can right click this, I can do create automation clip. And look at that, we didn't even need to add a channel because we've made this, it automatically adds it in on the same space. Isn't that fantastic? And it's even called channel volume. So now we want to have a bit of control beforehand. We want it set where it was previously. So we could put this like all the way at the start of the track if we wanted to, and it's always going to be controlling at that level. We can just drag it out from here now. Now let's say we want to be really precise with the gain and how much it goes up. The way to do that would be to go over to the volume control here, and we would then adjust it to where we want to, and we can see the values up here in the top left. Let's say we want to pull that back down. And let's say we just want to boost that up so it goes back to -4 like so. Perfect. Once we've got that, we're going to right click it. We want to do copy value, and we're going to create a new point now on our automation clip by right clicking. And now we're going to paste the value. It gives us 83% as our value, and we can use this little handle here and we can just give that a nice gentle curve, so it very gently rides up that volume for us. The way FL Studio reads automation, it needs to read from a point. So if we were to now play the loop I've made, it won't read that automation, okay? it needs to have a point of reference. So we need to make another point further along so it knows to be reading that automation. So what we'd do now is we'd make, say, another point at the place that we want this gain boost to end. So let's say we want this whole section to have a little bit of extra gain. So we're going to right click over here again, and now we're going to paste in that value. And we want it to come back down now to where it was previously. We'll go right to the start, we're going to copy our value, and we're going to make a new point in right at the end here, and we paste our value of 78. We can have it so it dips quite nicely, and there we go. So that's built us a channel volume that starts at the level we liked it, boosts it up just a little bit, and then brings it back down at those key moments. Now that we've created that, we can copy that piece of automation really easily. We can just click it here, and we can pop it back in here like so. Now our automation is slightly out of time. You can totally just overlap them in FL Studio. That's completely fine. We can have it like that, and there we go. We've got our automation for that entire track done. What if we wanted to change that particular one later on though? We can either keep extending it and writing it out in a single lane, or like I just showed, we can copy it, drop it in here, and let's say we needed, I don't know, a little dip to happen here, for example. Well, if we change this automation now, it's going to affect the other one as well. So we need to click on the little icon just here between these two, and we want to make unique. It will say channel volume 2 next to it, and we can now edit this one freely without it affecting the other. So we can have our little dip there as we so desired. Okay, so you know how to create an automation lane and how to make them unique and keep them working in different ways, right? However, I mentioned that one thing can control 100 other things. That is also true. And there are certain things that you might not be able to link, like a third-party control, for example. Well, there's another way that we have to do that. So let me show you that. So let's say we've got a third-party tool in here. Now this is a complete FL Studio project so that anyone can download it and just start operating it. But I'll show you the process. So let's do the same type of automation we were going to do where we right-clicked. What we're very simply going to do is bring this up again, and let's take our volume control. And what we do, we're just going to give it a tiny little wiggle, 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 just like that, and leave it roughly where it was. So now that we've done that, we can go over to tools, and then we've got last tweaked parameter. So last tweaked, we just gave that one a little wiggle, didn't we? We can now create an automation clip based on that last tweaked parameter like so, and it's going to create that there for us. And that will work with any third-party plugin. Adjust the parameter, go to tools, and then do that last tweak parameter, and you'll be able to create an automation clip for that, using one thing to control loads of other stuff. Let's have a look at this. So we've just created this tiny little clip here. I'm going to put it right at the start of the track, and we'll just make a little loop around it. So this currently controls the volume of the break, right? So let's drop it down like so. Might as well have it somewhere over the break, that'd be useful. So this currently controls the volume of the break. Alright, let's say we want that exact same bit of automation to happen on the bell or the ARP that's going on. We can use that same clip to control it. So what we can do here are, we've got the like bell ARP here, right, which is the piano, made it into kind of a bell sound. Let's control that, and for proof of concept, I'm going to control it using the fader. So let's tweak the fader, little wiggle like so. Now if we go over to our automation clip again and click it like so, what we can actually do is right click it, and we've got this option of link to controller. All right. And you kind of think, you're going to link it to an external controller, right? It doesn't mean that. It actually means you can link it to an internal controller. So where it says internal here, we can now go and attach it to our channel volume 3, all right? Which is this one here that we just made. And remove conflicts. So remove conflicts would assign just this to it and remove the gain from the break. If we turn off remove conflicts, they're now both going to be linked to that one piece of automation. So now it'll fade the piano in and fade the break in together. And there's no limit to what you can do with this. So you can absolutely just take any piece of automation and link it to a whole bunch of other parameters. This can be really useful if you've used multiple synths, for example, to create, say, a bass line, and you just want to control them all in one go for things like a slide or their pitch control. Use one piece of automation linked to all those parameters and just control it throughout the whole thing. So that's a way that you can work with automation inside FL Studio. I really hope it's been helpful for you and opened your eyes to some of the possibilities for your creation and, well, just some of the crazy things you can do in FL Studio with its free routing. I look forward to seeing you guys on the next one. And don't forget to download the template below. See you soon.